Hey, Thursday, November 16th. It's still going, Craig. Fourth quarter
Right
is
on.
not over. They are trickling in. I call this period Hanukkah for us anyway, right? It's you work over and over on all these cases, and there's this long sales cycle,
Yeah.
and there's always a period of decisions for 1/1, which is typically the first 2 weeks of November. And so it's kind of like Hanukkah. You get a gift every day. If you're working hard, all of a sudden people just start to say yes, and it finally
Finally.
comes through. What do we? Yeah, the
Yeah.
16th Thursday next week.
Yeah.
No, you still got another week. I mean, we said put
Oh,
your
I
rally caps
you
on.
got till the
Is
end of the
not
month,
over.
man. You
Yeah,
got till the end
it's
of the
not
month.
over.
Yeah.
It's not over. I think, especially the ones that are on the edge. Sometimes they don't make the decision in the first week of December. They're late. That's just how they make decisions. Had another advisor get a broker record today, and they ghosted him. He didn't think he was getting it. Now he got it, and
Yeah.
so keep at it. Put the
Yeah.
rally caps on because you can
Here's
chip
here's
off
the
a little
broker
bit
record.
more.
What are you gonna do for me by January 1st? Yeah. Yeah, that's
Hey,
how it goes. I mean, because you got to remember, especially in the small to mid market, a lot of the same buyers they buy the P&C, and that's such a different world. That's literally at midnight the day before it goes into effect. They're buying the liability, the BOP, the workers' comp the day before the renewal, and so sometimes they get caught in that habit and they think healthcare works that way, and you're like you're pushing like no, it doesn't work that way.
hey, in the small to mid-sized market, I always think a lot of times they move late. I mean, I've won plenty of accounts in December.
Yeah.
I always say it's not really over till December 10th as far as sales go and this and that. It's usually that first week of December. If they didn't make it by then, but shit, Craig, I had people say yes, what, in January last year, which was weird, but we still got it done. So the reality is the rally cap is not over. Keep
Oh
them
yeah.
on. Today we're talking about being thankful, all right? Thankful for the business, thankful
Yeah.
kind of what you got going outside the business. But shit, again, I think we did an episode on why you should travel the country and realize to be thankful that
Oh
you
my gosh.
woke up
Yes.
and were born in America. People don't understand that. People cry the blues on the news and this and that. But the
Yeah.
reality is,
Travel anywhere in the world and you'll be thankful to come back home.
hey, look, the reality is on the business that we're in. I mean, what's funny is when I got into it, I noticed the reoccurring revenue, and I only understood it because I used to own a landscaping company. I used to cut the lawns every week. So when I would cut a lawn, I'd be like, "This is great. I get to keep coming back to the same person and charge them, charge them, and charge them." So when I was in life insurance and saw health, this is great. Now you fast forward, we're in that world. It's a SaaS world, reoccurring revenue, monthly world where we just fell into it kind of out of luck.
I never
And
realized. Think about it, John. Being a landscaper is great training for being an insurance agent. Shit, the grass grows every week and it's got to be mowed, and people are going to have claims no matter what. And
oh yeah,
somebody's got to sell them insurance.
you got it. I
That could
mean,
be a
look,
new prospecting tool for us. Huh? Let's go after landscapers who don't know shit about insurance, but they'll intuitively understand how it works.
yeah, it was interesting because I was in Jersey, there was an off season in the wintertime, right? So kind
Yeah.
of like we have here. There's the busy period right at the end of the year, which was for cleanups. For us, it's new business. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, be thankful the fact that that it's a recurring revenue model. I talk about this all the time. I was with somebody the other day who was selling credit card services. Like, sorry, I don't collect payments in my industry. I don't have to collect
Don't touch the
any
money.
payments. Thank God, because imagine chasing people for the money, and especially the money that we make at times. I mean, it could be a big number that people may push back and not want to pay or be hard to collect. But if you don't pay your health insurance, you don't have health insurance. And so,
Yeah.
very big deal about the business, and the beauty of the business for a second, guys, is we don't have to bill. We are not in the bill collecting business because a percentage of that sure is definitely lost as part of a business expense. Being at a business meeting last night, meeting other business owners, talking about challenges, you start to realize, Craig, how lucky we are in this business. Just sometimes falling in it by accident because a lot of the other business, it's a little bit more involved as far as the money goes. What do you say?
Yeah, everybody I know claims to have moonwalked into this business. Nobody got out of college and said, "I think I'm going to go into the insurance business." It just doesn't happen.
Yeah, Tom
So,
Brady was all disappointed. He said, "Ah, man, if I don't make it, I'm going to have to be an insurance agent like my dad."
no wonder he was so great.
Yeah. Yeah, watch his story. He's like, "I'm gonna have to go sell life insurance," and I'm like, "Oh,
Oh,
man."
right. What are you gonna do when you run out of your 6 friends?
Yeah, there you go,
Yeah.
friends and
That
family.
when I started in the business, guys, I worked for this debit agency for Prudential for 18 months. It's the only job I've ever had. I'm like, "No, this is not me." Okay. And I went out on my own. And these cats, man, they were very sophisticated. They'd have a 13-week rolling pay cycle and you'd get advanced the money. And so these debit agents would teach me, they're like, "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll just we write dead people from the cemetery. We sign the app and then we get another 13 weeks pay and then they non-take the policy." It's just like, I mean, it was the dregs of society. 48 out of 50 of them smoked, and my clothes stunk every day. It was hell on earth. Kitchen table every night. I couldn't go home on Friday nights until I'd made 15 appointments to sit face to face with somebody to talk about something: homeowners,
What
auto, life insurance. It was mutual fund. It was freaking horrible.
what a great way to learn business, though. Funny story,
Yeah.
because it's great to get kicked in the mouth, and a lot of yous know what we're talking about. Probably started out because they had great training programs. Had this conversation last night with somebody. They had the bigger companies and the life insurance agents have great training programs, and so starting for some of those bigger corporations are very good to see what you don't like, but also get the training and then figure out, hey, this is what I like, and maybe I want to go on my own, or yeah, this one isn't for me. Craig, you talk about a small world. Hired my cousin to work for me. He started out at a bond agency at a college. I said, "Yeah, go there, get your teeth
Ah,
kicked in, make no money, and then we'll talk. Then we'll
yeah.
talk so you can get some experience." I'm at a networking event last night. You know where I am, and the guy I meet in tech sales, he's talking about how he had good training selling bonds at an agency when I told him New Jersey in Parsippany, New Jersey. I was like, "What's the name of
No
the place?"
way.
Same place my cousin worked. And again,
Unbelievable.
we are not close to New Jersey right now. So, but again, the point of the story is the training that you get there is
Yeah.
pretty phenomenal. And it's again, it's in our industry. I'm not to say it's not easy. But I talked to a young guy today. It's all about marketing, get in front of the people, right? You can know a ton, but you got to
Yeah.
have people to talk to. So if there's anything that you take away from this fourth quarter, especially if it didn't go as planned, uh, find some money to put into marketing because that's going to be your best ROI.
Yeah.
People are talking about investing in stock,
Or
they're
buy
investing
Bitcoin.
in this. Yeah, what'd you say?
I said buy Bitcoin.
Yeah,
Look,
looking
I'm
forward to that.
appreciative. I am drinking. I bet you've never had Arnold Palmer in vodka. I didn't even know that that would mix with vodka.
Oh yeah, of course.
I am
Lemonade, iced
grateful for
tea.
that time when you lived in OC and we drink fine wine when we did our show. That was really cool, and that was better than what this tastes like. But I needed some liquid courage tonight, so that's why I'm doing it.
There you go. Yeah, we had a good studio. Those were good times. Unfortunately, I had to leave the burden of California taxes and
John was, yeah, one step ahead of the law. Don't let him fool you.
migrated back east. But yeah, be thankful, like Craig said, step away from the business. What is it next week? After next week,
Yeah,
be
we'll be back
thankful
in 2 weeks.
yeah, be thankful for family. Let's see what we got here in chat. Hold on. Okay.
Yeah, let me tell you my own story. I'm not a big sharer, so that's why I'm having a little liquid courage. I spent 16,029 days from the time I was a teenager with one girl, and I lost her 81 days ago. And so I understand what it's like to be grateful.
Well,
So when you're sitting there at Thanksgiving dinner, be present, love your spouse, love your significant other, love your kids, love your grandkids. Be there because it's special, and tomorrow's not promised to anybody.
yeah, thanks for sharing, Craig. I mean, look, it's a time where you get to sit back and think, especially coming out of fourth quarter, is you're hung up in work, you're hung up in this, and you're not realizing what really matters. And at the end of the day, it's money, it's business. You can make more of it. So, like Craig said, Thanksgiving, be thankful, get together with who you can get together with, make phone calls that maybe you don't want to make, and rekindle some of those relationships that you can. That
That's a
especially
great idea.
when you get
Yeah.
into stupid fights or this or that, and then you get
Let
some
that
time to
shit
clear up.
go.
You go, what, I mean, especially long term people, long term friends, and you have memory. What I noticed traveling is, with family or friends, you don't have people around you as much, and you can't remake those long-term memories that you might have had for, high school or when you're younger. I mean, you're not going back. It's not easy when you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s is to make new friends. I mean, Jordan Peterson's like, it's hard to make new friends, man. It takes me like 6 years to make a new friend. It's not easy anymore. And so the history
Yeah.
and them knowing how you talk and react or this or way and the little sayings that you have, again, it's hard to come by, especially me traveling and meeting new people. It just isn't the same. So
Yeah.
if you have good friends, be thankful for them, invite them over, because I know a lot of people do, what do they call it, Craig? Friendsgiving, where it's another day of the week, maybe sometimes the day before or another day of the week, where they
It's a
do
cool
their
idea.
friends instead of the family,
Yeah.
right? I
Yeah,
never knew
because a
that what
lot
that
of your
was.
friends they're on their own, man. Maybe they don't have parents anymore, they don't have family, they're far away from home, they couldn't travel, whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
find a reason to communicate, to socialize, to be thankful, to be friendly, to be grateful, because that's just what life is all about, right? I am grateful because next year I'm going to work. I'm going to be the biggest pain in the ass to my network of people who allege to be marketing my program. And, I have very, very big, lofty goals because I can work full time for the first time in years. So watch out.
Now you can have some fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I get to go on a plane again. Although that's not fun these days, but
Yeah, me and
I've
Craig, we're
heard from all
going.
my friends, get a direct flight. Try not to connect if you can avoid it.
Yeah. Well, they
Yeah.
limited flights now. We're taking a break. We're gonna take a breather, but shit, me and Craig right after fourth quarter. I mean, it's the end of this month, December. We're going out for training, back to back workshops. I couldn't wait to go to these because don't have the time now, but
Yeah.
in the off
We write
season,
large checks to have people shorten our learning curves. Here's a thought for all of you. How can anyone lead you to some place that they've never been before? I want you to think about that for a moment. How can anyone lead you to some place they've never been before? Okay, so John and I are not that naive. We pay people who've been there before, who've done it, not once, repeatedly. And we pay them a bunch of money to shorten our learning curves. And at the end of the day, it helps us give you better advice because everything we talk about, we've been there, we've done it, we've sold it, we've lost the sale, we've won the sale. It's not theoretical. We're not school professors. We're not imposters. We've done millions of dollars a year. So just think about that. Don't ask yourself to be led by people who've never been to the place that they're trying to take you.
and it doesn't have to be industry specific. These people we're going to are not
Exactly.
industry
Yes.
specific. And it's funny. I met a guy at a birthday party last week. We hit it off. Business guy, and he had a marketing firm, and I knew marketing firms have very process, procedure, and organization to a T, or it becomes a disaster. Marketing agency. I mean, those are tough, very difficult things to run. So I had lunch with him today, and here he is. You just, I wouldn't think of him, but I didn't want to put him by him because I knew he had a marketing agency, and he just breaks out his phone and shows me how he runs his whole business now. His goal to run it by his phone, and he has Trello. He's using Trello with basically every process and procedure. So let's say implementation of new groups, of new clients. The one Trello board is setting up their website or setting up their email address or just own it. And then you click in it and it literally has the steps in it. It has the video recording of it. It has the step-by-step checklist, which now with the point was phenomenal. And I didn't think it was this sophisticated, but it was unbelievable to learn from this guy. And the other thing he had, Craig, now is like, look, I've got this all dialed in, right? I've got the people, somebody new comes in, we just take this and I push this, and I forward it to that person for implementation. Here's the checklist, right? I tell them, hey, this is what you got to do. And then I send them the board with it.
Systems.
Now what he's doing and super excited about is using ChatGPT and AI. So now he's going into each module and redoing them to where it's automated in ChatGPT. So he built I was videoing him while you know how I video when people talk. I said, hold on. Let me video this. And I videoed him showing it to me on Trello where he builds in a prompt. So like from a marketing agency, it's like, hey, create content for me around Thanksgiving about a marketing agency going after plumbing companies. Well, he has the prompt, the specifics of the prompt for ChatGPT. For those that don't know what a prompt is, it's basically saying, you know, ChatGPT, build me this for this industry, for this, whatever the prompt is. So he has it built in. So now, boom, you know, instead of somebody thinking or a designer, this or that, boom, it's written, it's created. They have an AI picture maker. So you can tell the AI
Yep.
to make a picture, make me a French bulldog standing on a cliff in Medellin, Colombia, you know, with a Santa Claus hat on. I mean, and it will do that instantly. So,
Yeah.
you know, this guy's driving into automation like unbelievably. So it's like knows nothing about insurance, but knows how to run a business and process procedures and scaling, which again, we need to learn a lot of. So you may be good at selling, you may be good at this, but there's a whole nother world to some of these other things.
Yeah. Everybody's, it's such a great point. You got to remember it's how things translate. It doesn't have to be industry specific, but business translates. And so go to school on someone else's dime. It'll save you untold dollars and time and effort and frustration. It's great advice.
Yeah, so be thankful. I mean, look, I went to a party just to meet people. I don't like to do networking. I don't like to do the whole talking thing and going out. And I said, be humble, meet some new people. Actually, the person that invited me said, I want you to come because there's going to be other people there like you and business owners. And so I said, all right,
Yeah.
let me go. Maybe I got a little cheat code there, but let me go. Was humble, went, listened to people, went out to lunch with them. And like I said, what a good time it was to hear some of that stuff and go, oh man, I got to implement this. For those that don't know, we're working on things and operational stuff behind the scenes. So it's again something we're working on in the off season. I don't know what you guys are working on, just giving thought. I don't want to say the season's over yet, but you should be planning and thinking about other than just doing a vacation and sitting around because it goes by pretty quickly. So get the ball rolling. What else, Craig?
It does. Hey, man, you know my story today, man. I was getting my turkey and ham lined up and fixins, and I got responsibilities that, you know, I was a secondary player. I was an extra on the set, and now I'm a principal.
You're the bat boy.
It's yeah, so it's fun. It's fun, but it's I learned a lot watching for the last 38 years, and I'm grateful because I can continue the traditions that we've had as a family. Be the host with the most.
There you go. We'll have a good time. Yeah, I mean, again, be thankful for what you have. Think about it, write it down, and don't forget about getting those sales though, because it ain't over till it's over. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back probably in 2 weeks. All right, we'll take a week off for Thanksgiving, obviously, and we'll be back with some more. I think. Will we be at the workshop by then, or maybe the workshop's after? Because we'll have some good content and some good
Yeah,
stuff
it's at the end of the month.
bring back to you for sure. We're going to attend multiple ones.
It'll be 2 weeks after Thanksgiving. We'll have some interesting updates.
Yeah, very expensive events that, you know, are giving you playbooks. And so we're happy to share them with you in growing your sales, growing your marketing, growing your business. Heads Up Advisor. See you guys next see you in 2 weeks.
Who's it sponsored by, John? Just
Virtue Health. Virtue Health. Check us out. Oh, thankful for those customers that have done business with us, trusted in us, renewed with us. I would say we're at 100% retention ratio right now,
Damn.
with the exception of brokers that got fired on accounts, which happens.
Okay. It
But
happens.
100% after that, product is proven.
Pretty
Guys get it.
strong.
They're playing the long game. And we thank those doing business with us because we
Mhm.
know not everybody does. So appreciate the loyalty and look
Receive
forward to
that.
helping you grow your business
Yes.
in the new year.
All
See you in
right.
2 weeks. Heads up
Have a happy
advisor.
Thanksgiving, guys.
Happy Thanksgiving. Take care.